who takes the victory. This best of 9 series, guys. So in the top right, or excuse me, the bottom right here in the blue, playing as the Zerg pieces. Give it up from Alpha X. It is Antis. There we go. And in the top left, in the red, playing as the Protoss pieces from IndyK. Give it up. It is Chance. Hopefully not going to leave it up to Chance today. Should be good and all that good stuff. So, apologize for the crash there. We got everything situated. Everything is great now. We're going to see ourselves some great StarCraft action. Now, coming into it here, spawning pool is going to be down, and we see the research of the speed coming through. Looks like Antis is going to go ahead and start off with a little bit of aggression. He's got 6 lings done and on the way across the map. Looks like Chance is going to be going into the Stargate play. This should be pretty good on a map like Disco Bloodbath. You know, going across the map, it's a little bit of a short map, right? Or a medium-sized map, I guess you could say. Antis is going to be able to go to a quick third base pretty easily here, as we do see Chance coming in with the Adept. Going to see the timing there of the third, as well as we'll be able to start coming into the main, the natural at least, to try to put a little bit of pressure on, but also get a little bit of scouting across the map. We do actually see the Lings trying to get in here. Ooh, that Adept very, very low, but it looks like Antis will go ahead and back off for the time being. I almost think that might have been a little bit of a mistake. Could have got in there, got some damage done, but we'll just go ahead and return home. On the other side here, though, we do have that first Oracle about to pop out here for Chance, and we'll be able to start putting on a little bit of pressure with that as well. Gonna get a nice surround on this Adept. Will we be able to get it before it does indeed? So very good job there from our very own Zerg player. Oracle going to make its way across the map. Going to come over here to the third base. Nothing just yet there, but we'll be able to at least get the kill on that larva. We'll have to back up eventually, as there already is a couple of queens. In the main, we do have that Spore Crawler. We have an additional queen, so defensive-wise, Antis in a very good position here. Chance with that Phoenix up, or Phoenix follow-up, we'll be able to start putting on the pressure, getting and denying scouting information here from Antis. Now, how would that play here in the long run? We do see that the Roach Warden will come down for Antis, and is going to start building up towards kind of that 1-1 timing, if we do say so. Now, he does have the hatchery on the way, going into a lair, and, you know, surprisingly, no +1, no speed or anything like that just yet. Could be seeing actually a Nidus play coming out. It would be really nice if he can somehow get up here and get into the main. Would be really, really nice. But it looks like so far there's going to be 14 Lings and a Roach lair almost done now for Antis. And on the other side here, it looks like we are going to have that third base taken for Chance. Chance, of course, going to be having those 3 beautiful Adepts across the map, but with these Lings coming across, should be in a little bit of trouble, at least getting the deny. There is no Baylings or anything like that, so I won't have to worry about that necessarily, but we'll be able to get the cancel. A couple more Roaches are coming through. We do have Roach speed on the way, as well as the first couple of Roaches are getting themselves brought together. We do see the Oracles having to return home to deal with this. The Zealot's going to come out. The third base is going to be retaken here for Chance, but will it even matter? We just see this big kind of army starting to form here for Antis, getting everything ready for a nice timing attack. Behind this, we do see Chance going into a Twilight Council, and this could be very, very dangerous. Already a pretty good count coming out here from Chance with these Phoenixes. Now, there's enough Queens to deal enough damage to these, or shouldn't be able to lose too many. Does lose 1 Queen, which kind of sucks. There's some energy enough for Transfuse, but will he be able to get enough on here? A lot of these Phoenixes are starting to run low on energy. We do see the move here of the Spore Crawler. Should be more than okay. These Queens are slowly starting to fall, to blunder down. The Spore Crawler's in position to be able to start taking out a lot of these, but will it even matter? We see Chance still just massing up onto those. Spire Tech isn't be coming out here now for Antis as well, as these roaches come into the natural withers. Enough of these Phoenixes shouldn't present too much of an issue here for Chance. Will force Antis back. Now on the other side, we do also have additional gateways coming through. We have all of those beautiful things upgrading, and even more Phoenixes. So we're going to go into this mass Phoenix style. Maybe some charge lots coming in, as we do see that charge upgrade. Fourth base going to be coming down for Antis as well. And this could be very scary here. Evo Chamber with the +1 coming down now as well. Definitely presents itself an interesting option here. Alrighty, Lynx are going to be able to get into the third base here. Not going to be able to get too much done, as Beautiful Force Field does actually stop a lot of the progression here. We'll be able to get at least 3 probe kills out for the effort. So not terrible, but otherwise not the best here. As Chance really just has been putting on a clinic for defense here. Not taking too much damage, knowing when to pull out, and really just showing how powerful some of these Phoenixes can be, especially against like the heavier Queen styles and stuff like that. So looking really good. Does have to be careful. Oh, barely survives the Overlord. Chance just doing a really good job. We already see Corruptors out now, and that is going to be able to shut down a lot of this Phoenix pressure, but already we see Chance going into those Archons, going into the charge lots, really starting to deviate from this mass Phoenix style, and in a sense just forcing Antis to go into Corruptors. Crocobile will be reigning there on, or not Crocobile, excuse me, the Corruptors P, and I forget what they call that. Doing a pretty good job here, actually. We do have the Stalkers coming through. Too bad they don't pick up the Stasis Wards off of that, but we do have a nice attack coming on here from Chance and from Antis. Both players are going to be able to start putting on some pressure here. And Crucibles will go ahead and rain down. Actually doing some good missing with the Warp Prism in the back, warping in additional units here. Chance looking pretty good, but I think there's just going to be too much here for Chance. We'll eventually have to kind of get pushed back with the Spore Crawlers there, with the Queens as well. Looks like there might be just a little too much. Crucibles will go ahead and rain down. Actually going to land on a lot of this Protoss army, and it looks like Antis is going to be able to push this back once again. And actually looking really, really good. Behind this, we do have an Infestation Pit, more drones, and actually going to be starting to throw down the robotics facility, the robotics bay, to start getting more, I'd imagine, a Mortal Century kind of style. Especially, you know, as we get into this later game where these Corruptors are going to be able to get into Broodlords. We're going to start seeing Infestors here, potentially. Ooh, this could be really huge. Big Stasis Field right there. The Stasis Ward will go down. And yeah, at the same time, we do see a nice warp in here of some Zealots. Charge lots are going to be able to get on top of a lot of this army. There is that fire out still, so it could be doing something with that. But here is this huge attack across the map. Another nice Stasis Field will go down as well, as the army is getting surrounded here. But does Chance have enough at home to defend against us? More Stalkers are going to be making it out. Blink is not yet done here, so I'm not going to be able to blink out just yet. Do any good micro with that, but at the same time, still trying to get some damage done at Antis' base. So it looks like Chance will actually push this back for the time being. Just cannot fully engage this army. We're going to see Hive Tech coming out from Antis as well. It's going to allow Antis to go up to the Broodlord Tech And again, gonna be able to get the infestors. Has Bailing Speed on the way, Lings as well. And this army from Mantis will be very nasty to have to fight against. We've got the 5th base on the way now as well for Mantis. So just really going to be able to have that income availability, which is going to be really nice. Alrighty, another attack coming in here from Chance. Trying to get the damage done that needed. Very nice. So with the disruptors, we'll be able to kind of zone some of this out. Lands a couple of good shots. Force field's going to be able to push us back, and here come a couple more of those disruptor shots. Doesn't have enough to really deal a whole lot, but we do see at least a couple of zealots over here now, and really forcing Ansys into this defensive position. Doing a really good job here. Corrosive Biles will come down. We're going to be able to get the Warp Prism as well. This 4th base falls. Right now, Ansys kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, even though this army is superior in as far as like army count goes. Just a lot of damage being able to be done here from Chance. Some good force fields will go down as well. Nothing going to connect with the disruptor shots, unfortunately, there. And it looks like with the wraparound here, going to force a recall from Chance. Actually doesn't get all of the army, unfortunately, and will be forced back. Blink is done as more disruptors are pushing back. We'll try to get a couple of shots in. Doesn't really make any connections. Some good micro coming out from Mantis as it is going to push Chance back home. Disruptors just trying to shoot, trying to make a connection somewhere. Just not able to. Unfortunately, Corrosive Biles is landing in so many times on this army. GG. And we will see Mantis taking game number 1 here in this series. There we go. Jeez. What a first game there. Really good stuff coming out from both sides. Altogether, just some groovy stuff. So we will see that. We're going to see what the next map will be here. Now, how it works with the best 9, we will see all maps played before we have any repeats. Bird, okay. Sunderbird. Gameheart. So we have a potential to see 9 maps. We'll see if that ends up happening. Could have ourselves a 5-0, could have a 5-4. We'll just have to see. So just fight the game. Here we go. There we go. Cool. Alright, so game number 2 will be our liking. So, go. That's what I want. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into it here, guys. Game number 2. Series. Let's get it going. Right. Without further ado, in the bottom right hand corner of the map in the blue, playing as the Protoss pieces from indicate it is Chance. There you go. And there we go. And in the top left, in the red, playing as the Zerg pieces. Give it up. It is Antis from Alpha X. Alright, so as we do get ourselves into the next series here, the Gateway gonna come down for Chance. I would love to see some more aggression coming out from Chance. There's quite a few times where Chance was doing a good job harassing. Wasn't necessarily getting a lot of damage done, but was able to at least kind of sustain some of that pressure and was able to do, you know, a little bit of damage here and there. Was doing some really good kind of multitasking. Just was not able to shut down the economy of Antis, unfortunately. Antis played it very well going into the Roaches and eventually, you know, making the switch to Corruptors when needed, and unfortunately just Chance could not recover after that. Wasn't able to hit a lot of the good shots either with the Disruptors. I think if he would have been able to get a couple of shots off and actually hit something, would have been a little bit better for our Protoss, but we will see how this ends up playing out. And yeah, I mean, things just looking really good right now here for both sides. We do have a third base being taken from Antis. Chance, of course, going to be able to see the timing here of that third base. And we'll go ahead and send across that Adept. And we will see, does Chance continue on the aggression? Now, the thing, too, is like, in the early game, we saw Antis go for kind of the six-link style. I don't know if it's a standard thing that Antis likes to go for, but if he would have kept attacking with it, I think maybe would have been able to get a little bit more pressure done, but we will see. Overlord speed on the way now for Antis. And Chance again, just trying to poke in, trying to see, you know, the timing of things, seeing how everything is, but not going to finish the shade on that Adept. Second Adept is out and going to be in position to make sure that Antis can't just run himself right into the base and just have a heyday. You see the Phoenix coming out now as well. Going to be able to start denying a lot of this kind of air army or air superiority coming out from Antis. Any overlords or anything like that, just really wants to push them back and make sure, you know, you cannot see what's going on. Box facility going to be on the way here as well for our Protoss, and I would love to see like some cheeky stuff come out of Chance. I think in a best of 9 series like this, you can kind of risk it, playing a little bit, you know, cheekier on some of the maps. We'll see, does Chance do that? What will we see coming out from Antis? Twilight Council coming down as well, additional gateways. Antis, though, will be able to actually get in here. See the War Prism on the way here, and Antis getting a very beautiful scout. The Oracle not going to be able to get really anything done here, as already Antis has a lot of these Spore Crawlers available. Roach Warden will be coming down for Antis as well, so we are going to see more Roach play coming out from Antis, and you know, I like it. I think against this kind of style of what Chance has been showing, Roaches do pretty well. Templar Archives on the way, and we could be seeing some quick Archons coming out. And I like that. The Archon drops, able to get a lot of damage done, do pretty good against Queens early on, as well as, you know, drones and stuff like that. So definitely a really good play coming out from Chance. Now, beautiful save there on the probe, saying, "I got you, buddy." I always feel like the probes are kind of like Wally or something like that, and they're just like walking around collecting stuff. And Maybe I'm misguided. You guys can tell me. Wally. No, I like this, and we're gonna see these Archons just start dealing a lot of damage. Has to be super careful with the Warp Prism, but again, chances. Excuse me. There we go. I had to clear my throat there. Chance is really good about just poking in, doing enough, and pulling out. Really not overextending their welcome here. So, really good stuff. Archons are going to come in here, be able to start putting on a lot of pressure. Again, the Warp Prism going to be able to pick this up, push it back. Does see that at least that there are the roaches out, and can kind of start pressing, or at least pushing the build in a way to try to counter that. We see the additional robotics facilities coming down. We see the forges start getting those upgrades, and as far as regular upgrades for the Protoss, we do have Charge coming out, and should see some +1 now. Warping here into the main, actually doing a pretty good job here so far with the Archon. Zealots are going to come in here, but there's just too much here. The Queen's going to be able to knock out the Warp Prism. Unfortunately, Chance going to be put a little bit behind here, even though able to get quite a bit of damage. There's a nice attack here at the bottom, but with the roaches, just going to get annihilated here. And on the other side, here comes the Nidus Swarm. A couple additional High Templar are going to get warped in to try to deal with this, and with the Archon, or excuse me, the Immortals there, should be okay, but now it's going to be kind of a tough situation, right? He's going to throw down the Nidus Swarm at the bottom. Going to come in here as well, trying to distract to let that get up, and this is where it gets a little hectic, a little crazy. And there we have it. The second Nidus Swarm is going to come out, trying to pull all of this army into the main. Will it work, though? It looks like it might actually. And so the big attack here of the Archons. But here comes the Stasis Ward. Beautiful Stasis Ward. Getting at least half the army here. Going to force us back. And now we have just a lot of army going back and forth. And really, Antis is not able to get in here. I think after this kind of phase, he should be okay, but Chance doing a very good job here, and that's one of the things I love. Chance is doing such a good job with these Stasis Wards, setting them up in just the right spot to get in here. We do have some Ravagers available now, as well as a fourth base being taken here for Antis on the other side. And so far, with the Immortal count coming out pretty huge here, as well as a couple of Archons, this could be a very dangerous situation here for Antis, but Chance really relying heavily on these, and you know, it's almost like you can't really go across and do too much, right? There we go. We'll see. So, looks like Chance getting ready to go ahead and go across the map. Preparing for a nice attack. We do have the Hallucinated Phoenix coming around, trying to scout, see what's going on, and you know, this is just a massive army coming out here from Antis. +1 is done for Antis as well. So we have that Spire Tech. We've got Bailings coming through as well, and yeah, I mean, these Mutas going to come in, try to deal a little bit of damage. I don't think it's going to be able to get too much done in that way, but still looking really, really good. Alright, Chance is going to go ahead and come in here. The Guardian Shields are going to go down. Bailing's going to make some good shots here. Looks like the Corrosive Biles will not land, as a lot of these Immortals dealing tons and tons of damage. Behind this, we do have some Archons morphing in, as the Zealots in the lead trying to take care of this. The Guardian Shields have run out. The Immortals going to be pushed back here. The Archons not going to be able to hold on for very much longer. Another Corrosive Bile will land, as more Zealots finally warp in here. The additional units should be enough to at least kill off this base. Look, there are 16 more Links coming out here. A lot more Mutas are going to come in as well to start dealing onto these Immortals that can't shoot up. There's only one Phoenix to deal with the Mutas. And with the Queens, with the Roaches, this should be able to get shut down here. And Antis, Chance in a lot of trouble here, as it will have to warp back and recall here on these Stalkers. Looks like, though, not going to be able to shut down this Knight of Sworn this time. Here come the Lynx. Here come the Mutas. And this is looking really bad. There's not a whole lot here. 4 chances. We see Antis coming in here with the Roaches, with the Lynx, onto this third base. That's still here at the top. There are some more Lynx to deal with this. It looks like for the time being, though, Antis will go ahead and return back. Going to throw down into the main. The Lynx are going to come into the natural as well and start dealing onto this. So you're going to be able to take out quite a bit of these probes. Actually going to get about 10 probes as forcing the chance back. Night Swarm will not finish, as well as additional High Templar will go ahead and form as well. 5th base will be taken, and Antis just doing a phenomenal job. We'll go ahead and back up for the time being here, as we do have more of these Ravagers coming through. We've got the Roaches as well. Phoenix counts getting pretty nice for the Protoss, but against the Mutas, I don't think it's going to matter too much. We already see the switch to Corruptors. We've got +2 on the way here for Antis. A couple of Roaches will go ahead and spawn out just to kind of put a little bit of pressure and keep Chance at home as much as possible. But other than that, just not too much. We're going to see the Ravager, the Overseer as well. So all in all, should be pretty well good and dandy. Chance doing a pretty good job of just, having to play defensively. But, man, I don't know. Antis is looking really good right now. Chance doing everything that they can to fend this off and try to go across to attack, but some small mistakes here and there, which I mean, it happens. It happens, especially at this age. We do have the Greater Spire on the way now here for our Zerg player. +2 almost finished for the melee and the air units. Or melee and like the Roaches. Adrenaline almost done as well here for Antis. So those Zerglings going to be able to attack and bite like crazy. And very good job. Now we do see Chance coming across, trying to take a little bit of a fight. I don't know. There's just too much here, I think. Antis gonna go across up to this top base. Try to put on some pressure. Does this give Chance the opportunity, though, to deny the mineral mining from this top base? I think so. Gonna go ahead and warp in some additional High Templar, get some more Archons going. And here we have it. There are some Corruptors getting ready to form. Gonna force Antis back home, actually. The Archon's gonna morph, but just too many Lings. Not gonna be able to get too much done there. Does get the kill there on the natural, or on that 3rd base, or 4th base, excuse me. And it doesn't look like there's gonna be enough here. Gonna actually kill a lot of this off. The Archon's in the back, trying to help deal some extra damage. The Immortal getting a lot of good kills, but there's just too much Zerg here. No more additional warp-ins just yet. We do see some good pickups here, but with the Corruptors coming through, with the Balings and the Lings, just going to get totally annihilated here. And now it's 29 to 62 army supply. We're going to see Antis go across the map, looking to continue to put on that pressure. Broodlords are here. Going to be able to start pushing onto this. The Link's going to be able to come into the front to deal a little bit of that damage, as well as kind of hold off the tanking. And now Chance on a ticking time bomb. Thankfully, those Archons able to deal quite a bit of damage against this, but will he even have enough to defend against this? Antis just slowly poking into this, forcing out those force fields. Not going to have anything left. Krosabal is going to be able to shut down the force field, and that is going to be it. Antis is going to be able to start cleaning this up. The Bailey's going to roll in, going to get some good connections here, and just annihilate a lot of these the Immortals. Krosabal is going to land on the Stalkers, The Corruptor is going to be able to shut down the War Prism. GG will be called. We'll see Antis take game number 2 here in this best of 5 series, or excuse me, best of 9 series. Here we go, GG's. Played. Alrighty guys, time for first sponsor today's series. Of course, that is 24 Hour Fitness. 24 Hour Fitness has tons and tons of locations, excuse me, around the world, or at least in the United States. I've been told they have some else, but really good stuff coming from them. If you ever find yourself looking for a gym, you work overnights, or you know, you work odd hours and you're wanting to get in, they have open access 24 hours. I actually have one close to me, and they are always doing some really cool stuff over there. They've got trainer programs, they've got pools and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a place that's not going to judge you for anything like that, for, you know, sometimes you go to these gyms and you just have people that like body shame and stuff like that, but 24 Hour Fitness, they don't do that. They want to see you improve your healthy lifestyle. 24 Hour Fitness is also really great, you know, with trying to get yourself fit. And when that fitness comes, it also helps with your gaming as well. So if you want to get better in your life, your gaming, and everything around, make sure you go to 24 Hour Fitness today. Get yourself signed up and all that good stuff. And I believe they actually have a free program too, where for like the first month or something like that, you can get some good access. So I think that kind of varies between locations, but definitely check that out. So thank you again, 24 Hour Fitness, for your great support in esports and continuing to help us better our lives. So that being said, we should be getting into the next map here in just a second. Trying to see which map pick is going to be next. Antis needing to take just a minute, so should be able to get that as well. All that good stuff. I need a map so we can get to the next one. Cool. Okay, looks like it can be Acropolis next. There we go. So far, definitely 2-0, which is really kind of interesting. Chance playing very well though. You know, Chance has a really interesting style, so I would love to see Chance kind of bring it back. But man, Antis, I keep wanting to call him Mantis. I don't know why, but Antis is doing a really good job all around, defending and just and knowing how to counter. So we'll see. Can Chance make the return? I hope so. She's definitely, you know, doing some good stuff there. Alright guys, I think we're ready for the next map here as it is loading in. Guys, make sure you guys also use the codes. Sushi, do you have the codes for today? I think it would just be, what, APS, what is this, 120 now? Which? 121. It's 121 now. There we go. Yeah, US West, sorry. It's like, I'm playing in the United States, but good stuff. Let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. Game number 3. Alrighty, guys. Without further ado, in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing as the blue Protoss pieces from NDK, give it up. It is Chance. And at the top left, in the red, playing as the Zerg pieces, give it up from Alpha X. It is Antis. All right. So, Acropolis, considered a larger map, and it's really interesting just how I'm going to set up. I mean, obviously, this is a very small area to have to defend. For Zerg, you can easily defend this. You do have to worry about it down here sometimes, but a lot of these kind of areas to attack are very small choke points. You know, if you open this up, that's one thing. I guess it opens it up a little bit, but overall, trying to get into the natural is going to be very hard. We do see sometimes some crazy plays where, you know, you just kind of like try to come into the side. Some Niduses, definitely Antis is no stranger to Nidus. Could be seeing that in this very series. Now, like I said, I would love to see Chance pull off some cheeky stuff. I think to kind of reset herself, get that situated, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Chance just wants to play a standard game. Doesn't want to try anything too cheeky for the moment. We do see Antis going into 6 lings to start putting on some pressure, and you know, we've seen this game 1. And Antis actually could have got in and did some damage. So what will end up happening? A couple links will go ahead and go across. We are going to see more of those links going in. It's not going to be a huge commitment from Antis, as he is going to go ahead and take his 3rd base behind this. Chance doing a pretty good pylon block here as well. Try to shut that down and really kind of force Antis to take this top base instead. We do actually have the Adept coming across as well. Start putting on some pressure here, but these links could present themselves a little bit of an issue. Antis sees this though, and sees that there's an opening. So will he actually take it? Looks like yes, he will, as the lings are going to go ahead and go across. Going to look to actually shut down the production here of Antis, trying to get us around onto the Adept. Going to the main as well. Actually doing a pretty good job here of actually splitting this up. We do have a Phoenix coming out, as well as we have the did go into an Oracle, right? No, didn't actually. Went Phoenix first here. So we'll back up. Gets 2 probe kills, not too bad. We'll eventually lose all of that, but for, you know what, a couple lings, that is not terrible. We do see more lings on the way here. For Antis, going to make their way across the map, continue to put on this pressure. We do finally see that additional gateway coming down as well, and with the Adepts there, just not going to be able to have too much past this. The lings looking to get a little bit of pressure. We'll have to back up. Antis supply block for the time being. With the Roach Warren finishing up here, should be pretty good for our Zerg player. Gonna go straight into that layer tech. Again, gonna open up the possibility for Nidus Worms. For the speed roach timing that we've kind of seen Antis do each game. Should be good. Alright, so Antis is going to go ahead and return home. Nice kind of couple of prong here, as the Adepts are going to be able to start taking care of business. Gets actually surrounded though, and will eventually fall. Crazy, I didn't know they exploded. They're built with Balings inside, apparently. Phoenix play is going to be coming out from Chance as well, and we've been seeing this a lot from Chance. I don't think it's actually been working too well. It worked a little bit, I guess, in game 1. Able to pick off a couple of queens, but that's really been about it. A couple of zealots will fall. The Adept's still going to be able to live. And, you know, Antis has just been able to play kind of defensively. And then after those big attacks, just able to counter pressure, and has been doing pretty well. Phoenix is going to get a couple more kills. Actually, that's a lot of workers. 12 workers do go down here for Antis. And just the multi-prong harass here of Chances has been super good so far. We do see Chance still kind of going into those Phoenixes, but with the addition of this Night Swarm across the map, will present an interesting opportunity as we see a lot of these Lings going across themselves. The Roaches, the Queens, going to be able to get into this Night Swarm and pop out to help against this. Alrighty, we see a lot of those shield batteries in the back. The Queen's going to be able to start putting on some pressure here. A couple of Lings are going to get picked up here from these Phoenixes, and it looks like the Lings might be able to get into the natural finally. A lot of these buildings starting to lose their fervor as the Queen's trying to position themselves in such a way. Now there are quite a bit of sentries here. The Disruptor is going to come off. Actually gets a couple of shots off there, but not going to connect as they get in just in time. One Queen does go down. The second Queen going to fall as well. The Lings trying to get in here as well. The shield batteries, though, going to be a little too much as more Lings do flood across the map. These Queens trying to put on as much pressure as possible. A lot of these buildings are starting to fall. The shield force fields from the sentries are going to be able to at least, push us back a little bit. And this is just looking very bad right now here for Antis, as he will have to back up. And such a beautiful hold here from Chance. Again, kind of giving way that, with these tighter corners, these tighter choke points coming out, that it really helps against, these kind of flooding styles that, Antis is actually really good at doing. We do see the Phoenix is going to go across the map now, going to try to put a little bit more pressure here. And Antis put a lot into that attack without it paying off very much. So yeah, Chance looking in a very dominant position from last game. Already has those Disruptors coming through as well. And yeah, this is just looking really good. Link's going to try to do a little bit of a run by. Sees that it's only going to be a 2-base play coming out here from Chance. Has to be a little worried, right? We're going to see ourselves some Roaches. Maybe a couple of Ravengers here, but honestly, I don't know. I was going to say Antis doesn't really have the income to deal with this, but you'll see. Chances can go ahead and warp in some additional units here, trying to get up onto the top. The Disruptor is going to be able to shoot and maybe get a couple of connections here. Won't actually be able to. It does get some really good force fields, though. The Phoenix is in the front, going to be able to start dealing a lot of damage. We do have those Zealots heading up as well. The Immortals dealing a lot of damage. It's actually going to push Antis back. There is an Ice Network, so maybe do something there, but with this coming in, it looks like GG will be called in. Chance is going to be taking victory there. So GG's, man. 2-1. Chance showing, Chance showing out just yet. Start trying to fight that back, and she really needed that for her comeback. Go. So Antis will get the map pick this time. We'll see what does he end up choosing. Oh man, it's gonna be Triton. I like Triton. Triton's a good pick. Go. Make sure we get both players in here. Alright, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and start the game. Here we go. Alright, so Triton should be a good map pick here for both players, really. I like it. There's so many different attack paths. Be good. Chance definitely showing that she can fight. You can keep it going. Will she be able to tie things up, though, here? You're going to find out. Right. Without further ado, guys, let's jump right into it here. Game number 4. In the bottom right hand corner of the map, in the blue from Alpha X, it is Antis. And in the top left, in the red, playing as the Protoss from NDK, it is Chance. Alright, as we get into game number 4 here between these two titans of players, what will we see happen? We do have the gateway opening here for Chance. Other side to Antis. And be going into the same thing here. The opening with the hatch. We're going to go into pool. Should see a quick third base coming out here for our Zerg player. Chance will go ahead and make her way into the main and looking to put a little bit of pressure on. Get a little bit of mineral still going on. Should be good and dandy. Behind this, we'll be taking an expansion, getting a Cyber Core up and running. And we'll probably be seeing at least some Stargate play coming out from Chance. This seems to be what Chance favors here in this matchup. But you know, it's not too bad. Last map saw a lot of success with it, able to get so many kills, and it's one of those things where if you don't get the damage done, it feels like you're kind of behind, but if you're able to get the kills, definitely could put you in a good economic advantage. Alrighty, so behind this we do have ourselves Twilight Council coming down. Ooh, that's actually really interesting. Not going into the Stargate opener that we've been seeing. Really interesting. Antis going to go for a third base. Pretty standard stuff. There we go. Alrighty, so will we see Antis go straight into the Roach-Warren tech? Like we've kind of been seeing. I like the link pressure that Antis has been putting on. Definitely think that, you know, last series just didn't get real lucky with the attack. Just was able to get so many shield batteries up was Chance. And in a match like that, especially on a map like Acropolis, you just have so much coverage there. And here we go. Chance going into the DT Shrine. Changing it up a little bit here. I like this. Robotics Facility going to come down as well. You have those additional gateways, so going to be able to make a couple of these. And as long as Antis doesn't see this, I think this is going to be really good for Chance. Might be able to even things up. Now, over here on the right-hand side, there is that single Overlord. Won't be able to see in here just yet. Maybe if you can somehow get some links in, would be really nice, but so far nothing of the sort. We do have some links coming out as well to the top left, but so far no detection. Just trying to see where the third might come into play, if anything, and all of that good stuff. So looking really good. Additional pylons are going to come down. Nice warping of some units. Actually gets seen here from Antis. A beautiful play here, actually. And Antis already has the spore crawlers in place. These DTs going to start trying to put on some pressure here. But beautiful scout out from Antis. And that's really going to loosen the effect here of this attack. Chance, though, going to try to continue to put on a little bit of pressure here and there. But as this goes on now, Antis in a huge advantage here. Going to send across some lanes. Has some roaches as well in the position. Can be able to start canceling onto this third base. And what are you going to do as the Protoss? You really can't do too much here. Going to go straight into Archons to try to salvage what is possible. But third base going to get canceled. And I mean, that's a really nice pickup for Antis. Chance going to try to put a little bit of pressure on with the Archons, but this is not going to matter. Blink on the way now for Chance as well as Antis. Yeah, I mean, just going to go into +1 roach speed timings. Got the Numanized Carapace coming through as well. 5 roaches on the way with the additional 9 that's already there. And, you know, Antis is preparing for a big attack. I wouldn't be surprised if it would come up soon. Archons trying to get a little bit of damage done here and there, but against this amount of roaches, you just really can't get too much, unfortunately. All right. Really good stuff here, though. Chance is trying to keep Antis at home, giving Chance the opportunity to build up some forces. Antis going to come in with the Overseer. We'll finally be able to kind of see what is going on here. 4 probes, or excuse me, 4 drones do fall. There's a 4th base coming through now as well. So overall, not terrible. Still can't believe how good that scout was. 20 lings in production. We got 6 bailings, so Antis definitely preparing for a huge attack at this point. Has a lot of roaches just ready to go. And what does Chance really have? I mean, look at the units tab. Got a couple of mortals, some Archons, and you know, some sentries and stuff. So not a terrible army, but against what Antis has, it's going to be very tough to make do with this. I'd love to see maybe a couple of DTs in the natural here, but I don't think that's really going to happen. Bailings actually gets some really good connections. Gets one of the Archons there. And here comes this massive army from Chance. Now, with the additional warpins here, it should be alright, but Antis has a really good play here. Will it be enough? Guardian Shields does come down, blinking forward. Bailing's going to make a connection on one of those stalkers. Not going to deal too much damage, though. Crosabal going to almost land on a lot of this army. We'll actually force this back, and we will see ourselves a blink back as well. Guardian Shield's trying to get in here, but he's got to be careful. Some good force shields will happen to try to push this back. Crosabal's going to land on a lot of the force fields. The Roach is going to really start pushing this back. The Immortal's a little exposed here. One of the Immortals does fall. The other 2 are saved by the War Prism there. 14 drones have gone down, though. 15 more to boot. Oh, yeah. Really nice there. Side Bailing's trying to roll in to deal some damage. Beautiful force fields. Not going to allow any of that to happen. Couple do actually hit. But 17 killed so far. That's actually really, really good. Chance playing on a whole nother level now. Really bringing this back. Alrighty. War Prism is going to go ahead into the main base here. Has to be super careful it doesn't lose that to the Queen. Queen is pretty low though, so maybe be able to snipe it, but doesn't want to play the risk too much. And we'll actually go back. We do have more Stalkers coming across now for Chance. Picking off a little bit here or there. More Banelings. Oh my god. 10 Banelings being morphed in here to come onto the third base. Fourth base going to be coming through as well for Chance. And this could be kind of crazy. DT trying to get some damage done. Not able to get much though. Only gets three probes. Not bad. Alrighty. The War Prism trying to come in here with these Archons, the Immortals. Does get the Queen, which is really nice, but won't be able to get too much more after that. We do have those Disruptors. Hasn't provided a whole lot of security for Chance. She just hasn't been able to make the landing that she needs with those. Now, I don't know if it's from not necessarily like inexperience, but just maybe just not that good at playing with them. We have a nice attack coming across now here for Antis. As you see, a lot of these links are going to start pushing across with the Roaches and Ravengers here, and this could get very dicey, very scary, depending on how this ends up playing out. We do see those Banelings going to be morphed in here, and it looks like our Antis going to pull the trigger. A couple of Crucibles will go off. Doesn't make any connections with the Disruptors. Chance is going to be able to push this back. The Banelings going to finish up here. A couple more of those Disruptor shots will go off. Not going to be able to land though. And now with the Banelings coming in here with those Corruptors, could present itself an interesting situation here. Gonna be able to land on a couple of those Banelings, and for the time being here, trying to deal with whatever is possible. 15 probes do fall to a little bit of a Baneling run by. The fourth base here for Antis will go down, and we might actually see Chance tie this up. This huge attack gonna go across the map. At the same time, we do see the Lings and the Roaches coming across here for Antis. Antis looking to get on top of this third base, and we have ourselves a little bit of a base trade going on. The Roaches out home trying to push this back, but there's just not enough at home to defend. Same thing here onto the other side. Antis going to start going onto this fourth base. So far, 30 probes have fallen to this attack, as the Lings are in the natural as well, just everywhere at this point. The third base falls as well here, and now Antis had a lot of trouble. This attack going across the map and just dealing too much. Looks like Antis will actually have to return home, but with those DTs, not going to be able to get too much done, and Chance has done it. Going to tie things up here 2 apiece. This best of 9 series, so GG's, well played there. There we go. Alrighty. Really good stuff there from both sides, really. It was kind of looking a little worrisome there for Chance, but Chance is able to bring it back.
Nuclear missile. Nuclear missile ready.
Testing. Okay. Alright, looks like we're good. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what was going on with that. Decided to kind of shut down on me, but it looks like we should be good now. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for the most part. I think it was just at the end there that it went out. So should be good. Should be okay now. Alright, cool. Alright, so next map is going to be on Ephemeron. The bug map, as it were, so it should be pretty good. It is now officially tied up 2-2. Let's go ahead, jump right into it, and let's see, can Chance take the victory here? Let's find out. Without further ado, here in the top left-hand corner, in the blue, playing as the Zerg Pieces from Alpha X. Give it up. It is Antis. And in the bottom right, in the red, from NDK, give it up as the Protoss player, Chance. Alright, things looking up here on the up and up for our players. Now, what will we see them kind of come through in the moment here? We got the gateway coming down for Chance. Gonna go into the same kind of style. Now, we do have a probe going across. Again, looking to possibly put on some pressure, maybe do some crazy cheeky stuff. We just kind of have to see how they play this out. So, should be good. I'm interested to see what Chance does. I mean, obviously kind of went with the crazy play there, threw Antis off a little bit, and was able to actually kind of overcome. Now, does Antis return the favor? Maybe try to get a little cheeky on their own side. There we go. Alrighty. Cybernetic score kind of come down for Chance. The side here, Antis just going for some pretty standard stuff. Should be seeing a third base coming out here pretty soon. Warp Prism gonna be, or excuse me, Warp Gate gonna be researching here pretty quickly. We do have the robotics facility coming out this time, and I like this from Chance. Really trying to go away from just going into Stargate play, changing things up here. Obviously, Antis wasn't working as well for Chance through all of that, so being able to kind of overcome is really nice. Unfortunately, Adept not going to be able to make it out, looks like. Yeah, maybe. Can be very close. There are some links here to kind of pick up the slack, but actually a really good play here from Mantis. Does he have enough? No, man. Chance able to get out with just 4 HP. Very well done there. There's the third base down now for Antis. And behind this is going to be Sentry. Sentry Stalker for the time being. We do finally have the Warp Prism coming out. We've got Forges coming down as well. So looking to possibly put a little bit of pressure on. Single Stalker. I guess maybe throwing down a couple of more gateways or something would be really nice. But we will wait and see kind of what ends up happening with this. Alright, so Warp Prism is, for the time being, kind of staying at home. We do have the Observers coming up. Looks like it is going to go across the map at the same time. There are going to be a couple of Adepts to try to put some pressure on. May really kind of force Antis to go back and forth here, looking to put the pressure onto the Natural, while we do have the single stop Immortal coming in here onto the third base. With the Roaches coming out though and everything, it should be more than okay. This Immortal could be able to deal a little bit of damage, but I don't see him getting too much done. And we'll have to back up. Chance trying something, but just not seeing it work just yet. We do have the second Immortal getting ready to pop out. And it looks like we are going to have ourselves at third base finally taking for Chance as well. Fortunately, this Mortal not going to be able to get anything done as everything just continues to try to push and push and push. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. From my own head, I just don't understand the single Immortal. Like, I can understand like a Disruptor or something like that, but the single Immortal doesn't really do a whole lot by itself. I think when it's a couple of Immortals together, it really packs a punch. You're just able to get a lot of damage done. The Stalker's going to be able to at least try to put some pressure onto this Overseer, but just not a whole lot. Now Antis starting to build up the army, starting to build up the worker count, and with this third base coming through for Chance, that might help get a little bit of economy going, but economically just very behind at this point. You know, almost 3,000 minerals for Antis to the barely like 1,700 of Chance. Just not very good. And already Antis going into those Ravagers, going into the Roaches and stuff, and now with this huge attack coming across, this does get scary for Antis. Antis does have the army advantage overall. If he can somehow take some good fights here, a couple of good corrosive biles, might have a good time. Couple of force fields will go down and separate this army. The Queen's coming over to help, as a lot of this army from Chance is balling up. A lot of the Stalkers are getting low. Force fields are going to run out here. The Sentry is going to run out of energy, and this is where Antis will be able to start striking. The Queen's getting on top of a lot of this. There is additional warp and sub units, however. More Ravagers are going to come through as well. Behind this, we do have more links, 14 links to be exact. we'll be able to start coming across. And for the time being here, Chance will back off. But does Antis go for the counterattack play? Do they just stay home? And for the time being, it looks like they're just going to stay home to all of this. Alrighty. A couple of mortals going to be coming out as well to try to continue to put on what pressure they can. Get a couple of kills onto the actual creep, keeping that at bay, which has been really nice so far for Chance. That's one thing I could say throughout the series is just Chance doing a phenomenal job with that, but how much will it come in though? Adept's going to go up here to this 4th base location. It's not being taken, it's actually up here. I don't think she's seen that yet, no. Chance doesn't know that's up there. But again, just trying to put pressure where possible. And yeah. Fortunately, Chance a little behind. Does have +1, which is nice. And these Immortals still trying to find damage and still trying to find value in these engagements. But fortunately, just the mass amount of units coming out here from Antis is going to provide itself pretty useful. We do have Spire Tech coming through as well as the infestation pits. So we're going to go up to Hive Tech eventually here. Behind us, we also have the robotic space, so we should be seeing some of those disruptors. I would love to see some Colossus, but I think against this kind of more Roach Tech army, not going to be as effective. Blue Sand Phoenix just going to be able to scout and see what's going on. This is going to finally be scouted here. A macro hatch going to go down. The Hive Tech is now officially on the way here for Antis, and that becomes a ticking time bomb here for Chance. Chance going to see the 5th base being taken as well. Trying to go for a cancel, but yeah, just roaches in place. Beautiful defense from Antis. I just don't see it going too much further past that. Alrighty. Quite a bit of stalkers coming out here from Chance is going to go ahead with the nice attack. Going to blink right on top of this 5th base. Colossus Tech is out now as well, but the Colossus kind of caught off guard here. Some good force fields will shut down a lot of this, but with the Banelings rolling in, going to be able to take out a lot of these. You can actually kind of sandwich against this, and this is just not looking good right now here for our Protoss. He's just going to get completely annihilated here, trying to blink out as best as possible, but with the amount of lings, the Banelings and everything here, it just gets completely crushed here from Antis. Chance in a lot of trouble as we see this huge army attacking across the map now. Just really a Colossus by itself is all that is here. Maybe a couple of stalkers, but really that's about it. Chance is in a lot of trouble now, and here we see Antis going across into the natural, into the 3rd base to try to find some damage. And yeah, it's really, really bad. Chance trying to take a chance. Good disruptor shot though. And looks like for the time being here, these roaches are going to be able to kind of push things back. Do eventually get pushed back themselves though, as more and more of this army does come through. But 92-38 army supply. Protobiles not going to make any landing. Banelings do hit some of those stalkers to kind of get some of that shields down. And on the other side here, actually getting a lot of damage with the lings. 14 probes do go down, and Chance trying to survive by the skin of her teeth, but with almost double army, or excuse me, double income, and almost a third more units altogether here from our Zerg player. It's just looking really bad right now for this game for Chance. Now Chance has been able to bring it back before, so we'll see can she do it. Some things are going to go up here to the top. Again, just trying to continue to put on pressure wherever possible, or be ready for any kind of attack. And now Chance able to kind of reclaim a lot of the units she had lost, but against this much, I just don't see it happening. Oh, sentries are trying to get some energy going through. They've got some pretty good energy. I'll be able to get a little bit. Blue State Phoenix can go and scout, and again, just wants to see where everything is at. But now with the Broodlords out, with potentially Infestors coming out as well, this is where it gets really tough for Antis, or excuse me, for Chance, if it wasn't already tough enough. On a map like this, there's some good choke points. Obviously, the bridges are really good to kind of conclave everything together, but you can't get on top of those Broodlords. They're going to present themselves a very big problem. The Colossus is going to be hiding into. I don't understand that, but. You can go right where all of these Broodlords are and stuff. At the other side, we're going to have a nice attack onto this 4th base. Going to be able to take out the 4th base by itself. It looks like Chance is ready to attack. Going to throw down a couple of these force field disruptor balls trying to go out as well. Does not make any connections. And unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to get too much. The Banelings are going to be able to roll through. The Corruptor's trying to help onto the Colossus there, and now with the Broodlords showing themselves, it does get a little scary here for Chance. Antis is officially maxed out now at 118 army, 82 worker supplies, so a lot of that could be potentially into army if he is able to kind of overthrow that. Bailey's just going to roll in here, going to make some huge connections here, not even blinking back. Disruptor's not even going to make any landing. And this army is just getting shot down here from Chance. Every time she tries to get something done, just not able to. We do finally have those Broodlords getting a lot of damage done as well. This top base is in danger of going down here from Chance, but Antis is going to come in with the Lings, with the Roaches, and start shutting this down. Playing it very patiently, making sure that those disruptor balls have gone off. There is some additional warping's going to happen, but I mean, literally, Antis could just surround this army. The Broodlord's going to push this back. The Link's going to come in as well. The Disruptor's going to be able to make a couple of hits there, but does not get anything. GG will be called, and we will see Antis take game at number 5. Best of 9 series, so jeez. Go. Really well played there. From both sides, just man, Antis getting everything down that really needed to be done. So really good stuff there. All right. So game number 6. Let's see, what maps do we have left? While we have the second here, we'll go ahead with the second sponsor of the night. It is, of course, GameStop. Power to the player, always all that good stuff. They did want us to let you guys know this. Obviously, if you play video games, you know the Call of Duty series and all of the good stuff that's been going on with there. It actually released today. So I've been seeing a lot of people playing, and I've actually been playing the mobile version, which has been really fun. But apparently GameStop has been doing a Modern Warfare package. It's like $400. It's really cool. Comes with night vision goggles and in-game items, as well as a night goggles stand, which is really cool. If you visit the pre-order page, you should be able to start getting some. It's the exclusive dark version, or the slippers. Oh man, it's good. So make sure you guys check that out at GameStop.com. Thank you again, GameStop, for making things possible. If you guys go to the Matcherino page, you should be able to visit the link and complete the GameStop Modern Warfare quest and help add some money to the prize pool, as well as get yourself some good stuff, man. It's really cool what they're doing there. If I had the money for it, I'd definitely be getting it. As night vision goggles, obviously. So, without further ado, though, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next match here. Looks like both players are ready. And it should be good. You also get a steelbook. Looking at it, looks like you get steelbook, you get the display case, this display stand for the night vision goggles, the game itself, and the night vision goggles, and then there's some digital in-game rewards and stuff like that. So definitely check that out. And thanks again, GameStop, for sponsoring today's event. Make sure you guys do that as well. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the next series. Should be a good one. It is currently game number 6 here, and just taking the lead. There we go. Can he secure another win? We'll find out. Here we go. Guys, without further ado, in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing as the Zerg pieces. Give it up. It is Antis. And in the top right, in the red, playing as the Protoss pieces from Indicate, it is a Chance. Alright. So, as we get into it here, it looks like Antis will be playing, again, this very same style of going into hatch first, pool, into a third base, World Sleepers, or World Slippers, as Chance calls it. It's very interesting. We've been seeing a lot of Zergs use this little rock path or mineral path to actually kind of bypass the Protoss's wall at the beginning. It's really been putting some interesting things in the game. We've seen a lot of Protosses having to almost wall off 2 spots just to kind of defend themselves. So, probe is going to come out. Doesn't get too much done, but we'll be able to at least scout and see the timing of everything. And from there, we are going to have 4 links coming in. Not too bad. I'd like to see those go across. And World of Sleepers, the distance across really isn't that big. So we do see a lot of times these link run-bys do fairly well. On this side here, it is going to be a Twilight Council start for Chance. Does she go into DTs again? Does she try to maybe change it up? Just go like Blink Stalker or something like that. Because obviously, you know, this map, this ledge right here is pretty good for Blink Stalkers to get in. So maybe try to do some kind of hocus pocus stuff there. Third base will get scouted here from Chance, as well as Antis is just... excuse me, just droning up for the time being. Spawn pool is done, and it is almost done with the speed upgrade as well. And that's going to allow Antis to get a little bit more aggressive with the links. But for the time being, like, one of the things is, like, Antis is just playing, has always just kind of played defensively, and just kind of played a very reactionary style, especially against Chance, who has been doing all these kind of wonky builds as of late, right? Charge on the way, and we also have the robotics facility done with the War Prism on the way. Additional gateway is going to be coming down as well, and yeah. What does what is the plan here for Chance? A couple Links gonna try to come in, not gonna be able to get into the base at all. And we'll have to eventually back up. The oversized drones just gonna fly in the air, like having a good old time. This is a very Halloween-esque map, I'm thinking. Alrighty. Looks like Ansys will at least see this coming, so we'll be able to get prepared. And yeah, I mean, already has the Spore Crawler down, has everything really needed to defend this. Already has Roach Warren done and getting those additional roaches. Heavy Zealot count though, going to be coming out here. Does Ansys have enough here? I think so. Obviously, you know, Chance can warp in some more Zealots if possible, but with the charge coming through, this does make it very difficult. The Queen's going to get right on top of the War Prism though. Oh, almost shuts it completely down. Eventually these Zealots will fall, but this is a really strong attack so far. These Roaches are dealing a lot of damage. Going to get a nice round here, and Chance in a little bit of a deficit after that. I mean, investing a lot into that attack didn't really pay off, and didn't get the damage done really needed for that. I do like this kind of warping of some Archon sound to deal with this, but with this big attack coming across, you're going to be able to get the kill on the third base. And other than that, you know, Archon's going to come in here. The Roaches are already in position. Might be able to get a couple of kills, but other than that, not going to be able to do too much. War Prism is very low at this point, so can't really even do anything with that. And here come the Links. Going to get into the natural. Going to get a nice surround onto the Immortal. Some Zealots will get warped in to eventually push this back. But, I mean, Chance holding on. Well, Ansys will eventually back up again on the other side, trying to get some damage done with the Archons. This War Prism's so close to being down. Oh, man. The Links are going to make their way across the map. And on this side here, I mean, just Roaches +1. I would like to see maybe go up to Hive Tech, but is it too early for that? Archon's looking to try to get some damage done, but obviously with all of the Roaches here, don't see getting too much. Maybe get a Creep Tumor or two, but that's going to be about it in this case. 3 probes do actually fall here for the Protoss, and even the third Nexus still really delayed. Unfortunately, Ansys is doing a fantastic job of actually delaying that. Archon's going to be morphing in. We do have Bailey Nest coming through as well. +1 coming out. And yeah, I mean, Chance trying to find the damage, but I mean, Ansys just has stuff everywhere. Really no place that Chance can go at this point without getting attacked. And again, we have this huge move out coming out from Chance. It's got the Zealots, got some Archons, and some Immortals. 4th base is going to be taken, but don't think it's going to matter too much at this point. You do see the Archons coming through. Be able to get a couple of kills if that, but maybe supply block, but Chances does not have the army supply for this, so nice attack and go here onto the third base. Gonna force an immediate recall at this point. Finally, that 4th base is going to be retaken, and here comes a huge attack across the map. The Overseer still in position. Everything else looking pretty good. But will it still matter? Will everything come down to this I mean, yeah, the army supply basically double right now for Antis. A lot of the supply in Archons themselves trying to get on top of this, but not going to be able to. The Corrosive Bowels swoop right from the sky as we see the Archons trying to find a position in here. More Bailings going to be morphed in here. We do have Blink on the way, so that will be really nice. But other than that, not going to be able to get too much done. Corrosive Bowels again, going to try to make some connections on here. Actually landing on a lot of these Immortals. Some Immortals and Soccer going to try to join the fray up here at the top, but not going to be enough. And here come those Ravagers onto this army. The War Prism trying to micro the best as possible, but a lot of these Immortals are getting low. And GG will be called, and Antis going to go up 4-2 now in this series. And that puts Antis on to the match point here. So here we go. GG's. So that leaves us with Fimron trying to just go Thunderbird, right? No, Thunderbird. Winter's Gate. That's what it is. So Winter Gate is going to be the next map here. And speaking of Winter's Gate, I don't know what sponsor 24 Hour Fitness. It's a really good place, especially with it starting to get, well, at least in my time zone, cold. They have some nice insulated buildings, all that good stuff. Really happy that we do have 24 Hour Fitness. If you're looking for a place to actually, get buff, get fit. They actually did a study recently. I was actually reading this, and they said, if you work out, you do all of that, it can actually lead to better gaming, better overall performance, because your brain is working better, your body's feeling good, and all of that good stuff. So 24 Hour Fitness definitely sees that opportunity, especially in gaming. Sometimes gamers do get that kind of there we go. Gamers do sometimes get that kind of knack of, oh, you're a gamer, you're gonna get big, or you're gonna be fat, you're lazy, kind of thing. But 24 Hour Fitness is definitely out there to prove that that is not the case, and that, you know what, you can be a gamer, you can be fit, you can do all of those things. So make sure you guys do go check out the nearest 24 Hour Fitness to you. You can actually go to their website and bring it up, and it will look and locate for the closest one. So they have everything that you need, whether you want to lift weights, you just want to do some cardio, maybe do some swimming, play some basketball. Some of them actually have some really nice gyms and stuff like that. So make sure you guys check out your local 24 Hour Fitness, give them some love, and all that good stuff. So with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into the next one. Go ahead and get this going. Alrighty guys, without further ado, at the top left in the blue, playing as the Protoss piece. Let's give it up. It is Chance. And in the bottom right, in the red, playing as the Zerg pieces on match point here, it is Antis. So, with match point up here for Antis, Antis is on 2 map widths. After this, it does reset, and they can choose from any map in the map pool. But if you are Antis, and especially on a map like Winter's Gate, do you go super aggressive, maybe like a 3-base lean all in or something like that? I think it'd be interesting, right? I definitely see it being a good thing, but we will see. so far. Just gonna be pretty standard. The Proba here for Chance, just gonna sit in the front. Wants to make sure, you know, if there's a third base coming, kind of the timing of that, and we'll get eventually chased away here from the Lynxes. We do see Antis taking the initiative to take a third. Actually gonna take it up here. Very interesting. Behind this, it is going to be Stargate play. We haven't seen this from Chance in quite a while. As Chance has been doing these kind of more obscure builds, going into the Robotech, going into, you know, DTs and stuff like that. So would love to see it, especially on a map like this where, you know, well, there's not a whole lot of area back here, but can at least get into the main, get some damage done there. We've only been seeing Antis ever really go for the Spore Crawler in the third. Hasn't really been doing too much in the main until after the fact, so maybe go straight to the main, get some damage done, and then from there kind of push things around. So should be good. Alrighty. Stargate is now done. We do have that first Oracle on the way here for Chance. Phoenix already out and dealing damage, trying to push away any of these overlords that are possible. And we've seen this a lot coming from Chance, going into the double immortal, or excuse me, double Oracle Phoenix kind of play, trying to come in, deal the damage, and then eventually go out with these big pushes. And that's really been kind of the make or break for Chance in these series, is these big pushes, these timing attacks, if you will. And if they work out pretty good, we've seen Chance, you know, kind of pull ahead, but a lot of the times they haven't really worked, unfortunately. So we'll see, especially with the time interferences and stuff like that, if that will play a huge part in this. Now, already getting some good damage done here on the third base. Gonna be able to get a couple of kills, but with the extra queens coming out, we'll have to eventually back out. Antis does have quite a few Lynx here. Overall, looking to do pretty well now. It's actually really interesting. We've got these adepts up here at the top, trying to build the illusion up top. Here comes the two oracles, gonna pick up the queen. Yeah, they're dealing some damage with the Spore Crawler, but for the most part, could be able to get 10 kills. Oh my god. 10 drone kills do go down. Lings across the map, not gonna be able to get too much there as well. And Antis in trouble. Last time we saw Antis lose this much, he ended up losing the game. Will we see a repeat here as Chance is getting that work? Now the next question here is, if you're Antis and you're going for your fourth base, do you go up here, or do you want to go maybe like right here? Is it just safer to go right here, I guess? Those are kind of the questions that you kind of ponder in these matchmaking decisions. Man, another 6 kills coming out here. Chance getting a lot of damage done. We'll actually lose the Phoenix, so that kind of sucks, but even gets a recall. Third base on the way for Chance as well, and you know, this is looking really good. They're even at workers. Chance ahead by 1 army supply. Somehow behind. Well, not because of the workers, I guess, but. So the Immortals are going to be coming out, Sentries as well, and you know, Antis is doing alright. Trying to push this back as much as possible, trying to poke and prod. The strength from Antis really lies in this late game tag where, you know, he's on these 4 or 5 bases, just injects on point, things like that. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what ends up happening with that. Fourth base finally coming down now, and we do have the Stalkers coming across. Sentries as well, and it's a big attack we was talking about of chances. And what does Antis really have? I mean, he's got 10 roaches, a couple of Ravengers, and some Lings. Not a whole lot besides that. Actually, be able to throw down a couple of stasis wards. I like that. Yeah, I don't know. Gonna have a nice little attack up at the top. Just hallucinated though. Throwing everything off in position. Here come the reinforcements. So beautiful connections there with those corrosive vials. The force field's trying to go on. Another good connection with the corrosive vials. A lot of these sentries though are not having a whole lot of energy past this. So these bailing attacks are going to present a little bit of an issue. The third, fourth base not going to be up as much. The bailings don't have speed. Not going to be able to roll in, but do get some connections. The Warp Prism trying to micro as best as possible with these Immortals. The blink forward, go on. Some more Ravagers will come out. Finally does gets a couple of misses. Push this back a little bit longer. Additional resources will go in to reinforcing this army, but Antis doing a very good job here. He just needs to hold on as the Wings coming through. A couple of Bailings should be available. Actually, gonna morph in some Bailings right now. 3 Bailings on the way. We do got a charge on the way as well. The Stalker trying to find some damage where they can. The Immortal gonna go into the main, try to deal some damage there while these Stalkers do go on to the fourth base here. And this could be what Chance really needs. The Bailing's gonna be able to roll on in as we do have that speed upgrade done. There's no detection right here, so it looks like should be more than okay with that, but there's just too many units here for Antis. At the same time, the fourth base of Chance is going to be attacked here. The Immortal and a couple of these Zealots are going to be able to deal with some damage. Chance is going to come in here with some additional Zealots for reinforcement. But does Antis just go across the map and attack? It looks like the answer is yes. Antis wants to force Chance back home. And will that happen? The Lings are going to come in to help deal with this. This Immortal is so low. It does actually get the main base, which is really nice, but this is almost an all-in here for Antis. Antis trying to go for a little bit of a wraparound. We'll have to eventually kind of back off for the time being. That Immortal is so low in that Warp Prism. One shot, one kill, if it were ever a thing. And yeah, I mean, so far 100 army supply, 277 plus 1 is done for both sides. And Antis playing it as smart as possible. Lings are going to try to go for a little bit of a run by. You do see this bottom base trying to be taken here, but will be taken care of. Zealot's going to be able to clear that up pretty easily, as we do have again another Ling attack coming across the top. Just so much coming through. Looks like Antis does at least see this Warp Prism coming. It should be more than okay against that. Trying to predict where that's going to go. Doesn't look like it's going to happen though. And here we go. Some additional Warpins trying to come through. And if you're Antis, where do you go? Where do you do? Looks like we are going to have some issues. Some trouble. Looks like he's going to take the top as well. So fifth base is going to be coming through. And I like this from Antis. It's going to clear up everything that's possible. Straightforward big attack. We do have the Zealots coming in here. But already the Lings are there. A Ravager to help out as well. The Ravager will fall, but the Zealots will fall as well. And here we go. The Bailey's going to make some good connections. The Link going to be attacked here onto the slow Crucibles to take care of those force fields. But it looks like we are going to have ourselves a big little attack here. This could be the end of the series if not careful here from Chance. Bailings and Lings going to come through here. And not going to get too much done. Looks like he might be able to get in. That's okay. Gets one good Bailing shot off. Warp Prism going to go into the main now. Already don't see too much going in there, and with that one very low, I just don't see him getting too much done there. But Antis is ready to attack. Immortal's going to go ahead and go down, losing a lot of the kills. The Bailey's going to try to go for a little bit of a warp in, but will at least take out one of the Immortals. Second one going to come up to the top. Additional warp ins are available as the Link's going to get us around the Immortal, trying to do whatever he can, but it looks like Antis is going to go ahead, go across and attack once again here. He feels pretty confident this will get taken care of. These Queens not even caring the world at all. And yeah, I mean, this is looking really good right now for Antis, but it's still at that point where, you know, if he takes one bad engagement here, he could find himself in total destruction. But Antis is going to go for a big attack here, almost actually fully maxed out, enforcing Chance kind of in a little bit of a bubble here, actually. And it looks like for the time being here, this third base is, or fourth base is going to be attacked. The Bailey's going to roll in here. Some Crossbows will land on top of this army. Doesn't get the best connections, but will at least back off for the time being here. And a lot of these Bailings still alive, still kicking. We do have 18 more on the way, as well as for the first time this series, we're seeing Storm being researched here for Chance. It's really interesting, actually. Two more Bailings on the way here, as we do finally have that Hive Tech up and running. I almost would love to see a couple of Broodlords coming through this. I mean, Antis does definitely have the army supply for it, or at least the income for it. Both players are about maxed out here, so it should be pretty interesting. +2 is done here for both sides as well, and yeah, this could be kind of dangerous. Storm is done now, so this makes it very dangerous here for the Protoss. Good Storms do go down, actually going to be able to take care of a lot of those Bailings. And behind this, you know, Antis is trying to find a connection here. Storm's going to go off again. Crossbows will land on top of this army at the top. We do have a couple of Zealots. The Lings and the Roach, they're just not getting any cares in the road whatsoever. There we go. And at the same time, we do have a nice attack going on up here at the top. Again, with it being Storm time. Oh, actually gets the Warp Prism. Huge pick off there. Gonna eliminate a lot of the reinforcements here. At the same time, we do have a nice attack coming up here at the top. There's still an attack over here onto this fourth base, and a lot of the army here from Antis has gone down. Can he still do it? We're gonna have a return here from Antis. A lot of these Lings trying to come and reinforce this, but looks like we will see at least this top base go down. And for the first time now, we do have ourselves some good old-fashioned Ultralisks. 10 drones, though, do have gone down. Eventually, this does get taken care of. 6 Ultras on the way here for Antis. Antis playing like a madman at this point. Storms do go down, but a lot of these High Templar are starting to get a little bit low on energy, and here come the Ultras. It's going to start munching away on a lot of this. The Roach is going to get on top of it, blinking forward. Crossbows will land on top of that Warp Prism, but not enough to actually kill it. And what happened to the Ultras? What happened to the Ultras? Ultras are no more, and now it looks like Chance going to start fighting back on this. A couple more of the Ultras will come down. The Numenized Carapace is not done yet for these. GG will be called as Chance going to take the victory there and make it into 4-3. Open up possibilities here for Antis. Given the fact that now any map is available, he can think to himself and decide which one he would like to play. So what does Antis go for? What is he doing? We'll wait and see what his decision is. Guys, make sure if you haven't already, use the codes for the Matcherino page. It's up there at the top. It's go to matcherino.com/tournaments and type in the code APS121. Adds 50 cents for free. Check out the sponsor quests. Make sure you guys do those as well. All of that good stuff. What does Anthus choose? What does he decide? There we go. Fimeron. Uh-oh. We're going to the bug map. It's time to bug out, guys. All right. Go. Alrighty, so it is 4-3 here. Again, Anthus is on match point. Question becomes, does Anthus cheese? Does he get super aggressive, try to all in at this point? Does he just play standard and say, you know what, I know I can beat Chance. Just need to play standard. Find out. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 8. Go. Without further ado, in the top left, in the blue, from Alpha X, give it up, it is Anthus. And in the bottom right, in the red, from NDK, give it up, it is Chance. So far, pretty standard stuff coming out from both players. Looks like Anthus is going to go ahead with the standard kind of opening that he has been doing. So we'll see, you know, him just kind of playing this out like normal. I would love to see him do something crazy, but looks like for the time being, he's going to play super standard. And given the fact, you know, how well he has been doing with that style, don't see why he shouldn't. But Anthus going with the Cannon Rush, getting cheeky after playing standard all this time. Gonna go into it, says, well, you know what, I want to tie things up. Don't want to play the long game here. Don't like this map. We'll see that kind of going. Actually cancels all of it, so interesting. Kind of a fake out. Alrighty, so behind us, looking at that, hasn't really lost much, so I guess can't complain. But yeah, I mean, gonna go into speed, and with this, we're gonna get to the additional gateway eventually here. The Adept gonna go across the map, and you know, really just looking to put on some pressure. Third base is gonna be taken here, and last time we did see Anthus win on this map, so should be pretty good. So as we get into this here, the gateway will come down, and through this Cybernetic core, the Warp Gate tech will be researched. And I like this adept early on. I know it's kind of a standard thing, but just to be able to go across with kind of this Reaper-esque unit, be able to scout, not have to worry too much about losing, but also be strong enough that, you know, if, say, some links were to come across, you can really kind of defend against that. So really nice. We do have the adept finally coming back home, so 2 adepts will guard the keep. And on the other side here, it's just going to be a... Ooh. I like this. Gonna go Glaive Adepts. We haven't seen this yet this series. One thing I really like is Chance has really been playing multiple styles here. Really kind of flexing those muscles of, I don't play just one style. Obviously, you know, Antis has been playing very kind of the same style, going into the Roach Ravager tech with Roach Ravengers with Lings, Banes, and, you know, if have to, going into the like Corruptor tech and stuff like that, obviously to kind of counter those Phoenixes and stuff like that. But Chance has really been bringing us some good builds. I really like it. She's really been showing, you know the DT stuff, the Stargate stuff, the Link stuff, and now Glaive Adepts. I like it. Gonna go into additional Stargates as well. What? Chance, you beast. The Adepts do eventually fall pretty easily here, actually, to those Lings. There's just so many Lings, but now with the Glaives, you're gonna be able to at least start putting on some pressure. But with this Roach tech, I guess it's not as great, right? Unfortunately. They just don't do that good against buildings, I guess. Definitely has multiple places here if needed to be able to kind of go in, but looks like for the time being here, Antis is going to go ahead and just stay at right there. Roaches will go ahead and push this back as well, and there's just so many of these adepts at the time being. We'll finish the adepts up top, actually kind of losing quite a bit here. Gonna force a little bit more, and it looks like Antis actually holding this fairly well, considering. Gonna finish the shade up here into the main. We'll get a couple of kills, but that's gonna be about it at this point. 7, yeah. Even though 7-9 kills is really nice, for how much was invested into that attack, is not worth it at all. More are going to go across the attack, and at this point, it is going to be a mass Phoenix Adept style, and as much as I like it, just so much has been invested into this, and I just don't think it's going to pay. Antis is going to see the mass Phoenix style as well, and yeah, I don't know. Robotics is slowly going to go down. We're going to see some more attacks coming through, but by this point, Antis just has so much. He's going to be able to really just kind of set back and deal with this, so. So, looks like the Phoenixes are going to go ahead and just start trying to put on some harassment wherever possible. Third base will go down here for Chance, and these Roaches looking to finish this off. Now, there are some adepts. A couple more will actually kind of warp in here. And the Phoenix is really going to be able to what holds us together, but oh, if they get the Cybernetic core, that could be huge. And just playing it very safe. We'll go ahead and go back home. There we go. Queens are going to be here and kind of help us out. third base is going to be retaken for Chance, and I do like this, that, you know, Antis is playing this very smart. Chance, though, is trying to get the damage done. We do see already the Spire finishing up here, and once those Corruptors get down, it just basically shuts down these Phoenixes. I like Chance trying to shut down some of the gas, knowing that those Corruptors are going to be a thing. But already enough here. 6 Corruptors on the way, +1 for those Roaches, and some Archons coming through. And this RB for Chance is pretty nice, but I don't know. We've seen definitely Antis play a very smart game here, so we'll see. 4th base can be taken now for Antis as well. Can land some good Corruptor shots, should be pretty good. Charge is done, and with the addition of his 4 callers, should be in a pretty good position here. Actually picking up a lot of these Ravagers. The Corruptor's going to come in to shut down a lot of the Phoenixes. Some additional weapons here of those Zealots will come through, but there's just too much here. Chance falling down in supply, 28 army supply here to the 95 of Antis, and Antis going to be able to push this away, holding on to live another day, and we'll go ahead and start pushing across the map. There's only a couple of Phoenixes left here, and Chance in a lot of trouble. Only some sentries, a couple of these Immortals will be here as well. Chance knows that her time is limited here, and Antis going to go here to the 3rd. The Corruptor's going to shut down the War Prism. Couple of force fields will be able to push this back for just a minute, but there's just way too many Ravagers here, too many Corruptors, and too many Lings here to deal with this. And actually going to file onto the onto that 3rd base. We'll lose a couple of Corruptors, which does suck, but GG will be called, and Antis will be your victor here in this Alpha Pro Series 121. Fantastic job. Good one indeed. Wow. GG's, well played there. We will see Antis win it. Good job. Almost went the full distance. Antis showing some really strong plays there. Chance showing some awesome builds, but just was not able to complete it. Unfortunately. So very sad there. Once again, guys, appreciate you for everything that you do. We just want to give out one more shout out to GameStop. Power to the players. They're always having some great deals. They always have a lot of good things, and supporting esports, especially an event like this. So they've just been doing a very good job. Again, make sure if you guys haven't, you guys do the quests. And for GameStop, check out GameStop.com. Check out all of their promos, especially that Call of Duty Modern Warfare Black Edition. Get yourself those Nightshade goggles, the display, the steelbook, all of that good stuff, and really just some awesome stuff from them. And so happy once again that they have chosen to partner with the Alpha Pro Series, a running sponsor, as well as 24-Hour Fitness. It's awesome that we have these people to be able to kind of support. So once again, guys, make sure you guys check them out and see all that is there at GameStop.com. Guys, that is going to be it for me today. Appreciate you guys so much for hanging out. Again, I am Gravity620, but you can call me Gravity, and make sure you guys check me out on Twitter at RealGravity620, as well as you can check me on Twitch at Gravity620 as well. Guys, thank you again so much. It's been an honor to get to cast for you guys, and we'll see you guys next time. And you know what? Have a good one. We'll see you guys later. Alrighty, and bye-bye.
Nuclear missile ready.